Welcome to Living Life Artfully with GinaBella. Creating artwork based on real stories and emotions, artist GinaBella expresses herself through Italian papers, paints, flowers, metals, and clay. Join Gina live as her feelings and stories come to life while working on her latest pottery, jewelry, and paintings. Feeling inspired from her show? Contact Gina for a personalized champagne tour through her gallery at Amp Media Studios. For more information, contact livinglifeartfully@gmail.com or call 954-857-5444. Now on with the show.
Welcome to my show. I hope you can hear me now. That big foghorn that just happened. Anyway, thank you for being here. And if you're following me on Facebook or Instagram, I have put up a little list of supplies that you can follow along and paint along with me tonight if you want. If you're just tuning in and you didn't see the list yet, there's still time. I'll take it slow. You can go gather things real quick. It's not a big deal. So also feel free, if you're watching, feel free to please put comments and we can chat along together as we paint. Or you can just watch. So tonight, we're going to mimic this little sign. I don't know if you guys can see that. It says, choose happy. And a dear friend of mine, her name is Susan, and I just love her dearly. She gave me this as a gift, and I keep it in my office, and I could just choose happy all the time, even when I'm having like rough moments during the day or, things, life just happens. So I look at this little plaque that she gave me, and I choose my happy. So we're going to mimic tonight what we see with this. And, it's really easy. We're just borrowing the idea. So basically, if you have like a little block of wood, this block of wood I found in my garage. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a shelf sitter sign. And that's what I call these, little shelf sitters. And you can put any inspirational word on there. You can put a curse word. You can put whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy. And it's also something nice that you can maybe make for somebody as a gift, because gift giving to me is just pouring your love into someone else. And when I make something specifically for somebody, it's just priceless, and it just shows the recipient how much you thought about them and you went the extra mile for them if something's made. So I'm always here to help you. Just hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or livinglifeartfully.com is my web address. So any of those places, you could always get in touch with me, and I would love to guide you and help you, and if you have an idea, whatever you need. So we're gonna get started now. I have this block of wood, like I said. It's got holes in it. It's not a big deal. I'll just keep that as the back, and this will be the front. So I'm gonna make this sort of like this one, so it's nice and easy for everybody. You wanna start out with some white paint. That's what I'm gonna start out here. Just pour some white paint, and what I'm using tonight is acrylic. And it's pretty easy. Acrylic is, you can blend it, or you can do whatever you want. So it's not like rocket science. You just wanna kind of slap the paint on all four sides, and then the front and the back as you do this. You always want to, I don't know what kind of painter you are. I know I tend to sometimes be a very messy painter. So you may want to wear clothes that you don't really care about, or wear an apron. Like tonight I'm wearing an apron because I didn't want to ruin my silk shirt that I had on and my rhinestone glittery shirt underneath. So, and you just keep bringing it around and paint all the sides. You know, you don't have to use white. You can use any color you desire, your favorite colors. I just chose white. And you see how I put this down? It just stayed, like no paint came up because this dries pretty quick, okay? So now I'm gonna do this part and just make sure that every part is covered on here. And you wanna just, you don't have to go a certain way. You wanna, you know, just put it on, because if you wanna put a second coat on, you can definitely do that. And we'll go from there. You know, for those of you who have really maybe have never done art before, or you don't think you're good, art is very forgiving. And I'll tell you a little secret about art. It is stress relieving. It tends to be, it helps your anxiety. It boosts your mood. There's a lot of beautiful things that are attributed to making art. And when I say art, it doesn't have to be like a Mona Lisa. It can be just doing something that you found around your house, like I did, this little block, and just painting it. And that's all there is to this, really. It's not anything that you have to be like a master, that you've gone to school for. When I tell you, art is very therapeutic. And although I'm not an art therapist, I have taken some courses on that, so I am knowledgeable, but I'm not licensed, so I cannot call myself an art therapist as of yet. But therapy to me is art, and that's what I like to teach people, on different techniques, on how to relieve your stress and get lost in your pieces and that you're creating, and just your anxiety just melts away when you're guided on different things with art. So there's a lot to that. There's a lot of studies. You can always Google that to see what that's about. So don't take my word for it if you don't want to, but there's a lot that you can do with that. Okay, so now I have my white down, and normally I would just blow dry this, but for time's sake, I'm gonna just go ahead into the next coat. So I'm gonna kind of try to mimic this. It's like light, darker, and like a peach. You know, so if you want to go that way, we can go that way. If you want it to just be one color, you can have it one color. But I'm going to kind of gradient it down. So I'm going to start with this pink. And I'm going to put it over here, and I'm going to add a little white to it so it lightens itself up a little bit. So it's not that deep, deep pink. It's a little lighter. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to make it vertical. So I'm going to start over here. And I'm just going to take my brush and just drag it across. And some of the paint will stick and some will start to come up. And then you just go back the other way. You start it and you just go back the other way. And that's what you will do for all of them, going down. So that's my light pink. The next one, I'm going to do the color that I first put down. And that's a little darker. So that'll be my next one. And I'm going to leave a little bit of white between. Okay. And if I cover up the white just like I did a little bit, doesn't matter, we can always add white and bring it back in. So as you do this, if you're following along with me, just let your day like melt away from you. Get rid of the stress of the day for a Thursday and just have fun with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine is definitely not perfect, but it'll be cute when it's done. So just add your colors, your second color. Now I'm going to add my third one, which is an even darker pink. And those who know me know I love pink. Anything pink. And if you've ever been in my house, the inside of my doors are like bubblegum pink. That's just me. That's who I am, and I love the pink. So now we're going to put the dark one down and just follow it across. And right now it kind of looks a little messy, but we're going to fix it up a little bit. Just like that. So far, this is what I have going. The light, the darker, and then the darkest of the pink. And anybody could do this. It's just a matter of your supplies, getting your supplies, and taking time just to do this. And really anything in your house that you don't want anymore, if it's paintable, you can repaint it.
Gina, people are writing in.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing to paint?
My favorite thing to paint is like found objects, because that way it's like extremely unique to me. Like if I find like this old shutter, like I just want to paint it. Like I see a vision in it and I want to paint it. Like my boyfriend's, actually my son's girlfriend has this house out in Tennessee. And she has leaded glass windows, and she's starting to change all of her windows. And all I want is the frame of the window. To me, with that leaded glass, that's so artistic. So like things like that. Like I love to paint things that you normally wouldn't see painted. Like a window, for instance. I would put beautiful flowers or, you know, just something through it. And I'm sure people have seen that before, but I love that. I love that. Are there any other comments that anybody might want to ask me about as we're going through and doing this?
What inspires you?
Life and people's stories. That inspires me. Yes, that inspires me. So, yeah, just stories, like people's stories, like it could be anything. It could be happy, it could be sad, it could be meaningful. That's where I get my inspiration from, is people's stories and my own stories in life. So I'm going to do another coat here.
And how are you going to get those straight lines? Because if it were me, they would not be straight.
It doesn't really have to be straight. I'm just going to take a skinny brush. I'm going to dip it in white, and we're going to just drag it through.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So really, like, look at mine. It is not straight. But eventually it'll look, you know, pretty much straight. You just kind of have to guide it nice and slow and do it that way.
But can people use this as a way to relax?
Yes. I was just letting everybody know earlier that you can lose yourself in any kind of art. You can just have the stress of your day just go away by doing anything with art and just concentrating on the colors. And, you know, if you're gonna do like a sign like this, like a shelf sitter sign like this, like think of a beautiful word or a couple words, something that will fit on whatever you're doing. And as you're thinking about those words, like give love or be happy or just peace, peacefulness, you want to like hone in on that word and just meditate on that word or the words or the phrase. And trust me, it will just bring you to a whole different level of tranquility and peacefulness, and your anxiety will melt away and your stress. And, you know, people with depression, great things to do when you do art. Just colors and doodling. Like I told someone just recently that they were going through some really stressful anxiety. And I said to them, when you're feeling this, just take out a pen and just doodle. It doesn't have to be anything. Just mindlessly just doodle. And they tried it and they thanked me because it really, really helped them. There's a lot that people can do to help relieve your stress through art. And I'm working on a course actually right now on how to do that. And it's going to have different modules. It's going to take you through everything on how to just release it all and just get your stress away and your anxiety. And it's going to boost your confidence. It's going to do so much. So I'm excited. So that'll probably be happening the first of the year. I'm hoping. January comes so quick. As soon as the turkey hits the table, it comes so quickly.
People want to know what's one of the most interesting things that you have found that you paint.
The most interesting thing that I found was this rusty, it was almost like a pipe that I found. And it was like rusted a little bit. And it was like the coolest thing. And I painted that for somebody who had a lot of antiques in their house. And I just painted like a scene on it for them, and they used it as a doorstop. And, you know, just like things like that. That was, I think, the most unique thing that I probably have found. Like finding things to paint.
And you can just find small little things and choose happy, just puts a smile on your face.
That's it. That's it. That's it. My daughter and I bought a huge bag of rocks. And when she comes over, we'll paint rocks and we'll leave them throughout the whole city of Delray. One of my favorite restaurants, I walked in and there was my rock sitting right there at the hostess stand. And I thought, oh, that is so cool. Loved it, that they loved it.
Did you tell them it was yours?
No.
There's actually someone that's looking for artists, they call me, to paint rocks for kindness.
Yes.
So should I connect you?
Totally connect me, because I love doing that. I wrap with twine a little bit of like a note on these rocks, and I just leave them in secret places. I haven't done it in a couple months because, you know, I had the eye surgery and all that, but I really want to get back to that because, you know, it's funny because we did it and we sat there and we're like, okay, let's just pretend it wasn't us. And we watched these people and they lift them and they're like, oh my God. And it was like the greatest gift that somebody would find, to find these beautiful things on the rocks, like words or like a little scenery, or just, you know, be happy or remember you're loved, you know, just things like that. What it does to somebody as like a free gift, it's invaluable. Words can't even express, you know, the joy that somebody feels when they find something like that. And there's not a lot of free stuff out there in life, but when somebody finds something like that, it's amazing.
These would make such great holiday gifts also. And the
Yes.
rocks, and they're not expensive to make.
Not at all. Not at all. You know, they're easy. Just get yourself some acrylic, different size paintbrush from thicker to like thin, and, you know, just a spray, a clear crystal spray that you can get at Michael's. It's called Crystal. And you just let it dry for 24 hours, and then you can go and you can leave your little gifts around, or you can give them to people, these rocks. It's just amazing. Amazing.
All right, so we're not good at lettering. Is there a hack to make the lettering look nice?
Well, there is, but if you're going to do the hack, you have to get your blow dryer out. I actually brought my blow dryer, but I don't think I'm going to use it tonight because we only have 10 minutes left. So really the hack is let it dry 100%. Print up your letters or your phrase to size. And then you're going to turn it over and make sure you see, like maybe you can put it up to like a mirror, not a mirror, I'm sorry, a window where you can see the light through. Then you're going to take a heavy leaded pencil. You're going to trace the back of it. Then you're going to put it down on your piece. And then you're just going to burnish what you traced around the letters. And that image and that phrase will go right on your piece. And then you'll lift your paper up and you'll see the outline of your pencil.
Oh my gosh, that's so old school. I remember doing
It's
that
so
in
old
elementary
school.
school. We take the pencil, color the back side, and then trace it on the front
Yep.
and do it that way?
Yep. That's the easiest way I could think of for somebody who doesn't have any kind of equipment.
Could you also use stencils instead?
You can totally use stencils, but you have to make sure that your piece is dry, totally dry. And when you use the stencil, you have to make sure that you really push it down because you don't want it dripping and leaking underneath your stencil. So, you know, it's easy. Stencils are easy and you can play around with that. So, you know, you can easily do that. So my next part, this is not dry, so I'm not going to be able to do the lettering tonight probably. But I want to show you what I wanted to do with the sides. So I'm going to take one side and I'm going to repaint it white because you know me, I'm all about my glitter. So I'm going to take the top, I'm going to paint it so the glitter will stick. Just put enough paint on there so it gets nice and wet again. And I want to keep it white. So, okay, the next thing you do is you take your favorite glitter.
Gosh, I love this so much.
I love it too. It's so much fun. And you just want to kind of take your piece and you just want to put it in the glitter just like that. And it's going to stick because the paint is nice and wet. And then you want to tap it a little bit. And then there's your glitter. There's your glitter top. So I love it. I love how it came out. So that's what you would do with the glitter. Now, to drag the white through to make the lines, you take a skinnier brush, and you don't really have to have the white through if you're not so secure on, you know, making it straight. And me with my bad eye, I don't know. I'm gonna try. So I just put like a line through and you just go nice and slow.
We have another question.
Yes.
If you were doing the lettering, do you have a favorite phrase that you would put on it?
It just is how I'm feeling at the time. You know, I don't really have a favorite phrase, but it's just basically, you know, how I'm feeling. Or if you're going to give to somebody, maybe you want to just put their favorite phrase on, you know, or their name with glitter. You know, anything is great with glitter. So it's not really a favorite phrase. It's just, you know, whatever you're feeling at the moment.
What do you think you're going to put on this one once it dries?
This one, I was going to put live, love, and laugh.
That's really pretty.
Yeah. And it's, you know, you can put anything on there. Anything that inspires you. You know, anything that makes you feel a certain way of happy. Because everybody wants to have happy. every
Right.
single day of their life.
My
You
mom
know,
would
and
love
some
these for Christmas.
yes, yes. So it's really easy to do. You know, it's like seamless. You can just do whatever you want. And I totally appreciate the comments that are coming in. And you know, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. livinglifeartfully.com. You can always send me a message there. My email is livinglifeartfully@gmail.com. You can send me a message there. You can hit me up on Facebook. You can hit me up on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, but I'm still learning that, so it's kind of funny. I don't really know like too much on TikTok, but I'm doing my best of what I know. So at least I'm doing it. That's how I feel.
TikTok would be great for all the art you make. People would love it on there.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do enjoy TikTok. It's fun, but I need to get myself a tripod, and I need to get myself another tripod, I guess, that can be over my pieces to show what I'm doing. Because right now I'm just with my camera, like, hi, it's me, or whatever. So I'm not really techie. So I'm doing my best. So the glitter's on the top. The whites are on the side. I have this here. It's too wet to drag any kind of, you know, lettering through it right now. But what I did bring, you can do any of these. You can use a Sharpie, and they have all different kinds of colored Sharpies. Sharpies are great. You can use paint pens. I chose gold, and I have white. They have so many different colored paint pens. You can go for the really thick ones or the thin ones. You can do anything with anything. Just remember that it's effortless. It's really mindless. You just have to have like a little idea in mind, or not at all. Just take, you know, different things and just go with it. Just do it. It's fun. Like this thing that I'm painting on, it's an old sign that I no longer want. And I'm gonna paint it black. I'm gonna paint gold something through it, maybe for Christmas. And then underneath it, because it's not thick, it can almost be like a little carrying thing. So I'm gonna screw in, I'm gonna show you real quick.
Like a tray?
Yep, I'm gonna make it into a tray. It's gonna be a really cool tray. So it's like just this old sign that I no longer want. I'm gonna paint it, and then this part here, it's gonna be like my tray, and I'm gonna screw in some little beautiful handles and just make this a beautiful tray. You know, and you can either use it as a tray, or you can use it as, you know, you could put more words or something on that part. But yep. So whatever you have at home, you don't really have to go out and buy things. Just look around or go to garage sales. That's always cool. And you could see different things that, oh my gosh, that's not a lot of money, and I could, you know, just maybe paint that. And as you start thinking that way, your creative juices are going to start flowing, and you're going to start realizing that there's so much out there that you can do, and so much out there that you can paint. So I really hope you liked my show tonight of my piece that's kind of almost done. I will finish it at home, and next Thursday, if you join me, I will bring it finished for you. And if you'd like to comment some more, you know, that'd be great. And kind of give me some ideas of maybe, instead of my phrase, maybe it could be your phrase. And I could do like a little raffle. So who knows what can be. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll see you again next Thursday, 6 p.m. right here, same time, same place. Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Living Life Artfully with artist GinaBella. We hope you're left feeling inspired and creative. If you would like to contact Gina for a personalized tour or for more information on her artwork and classes, contact livinglifeartfully@gmail.com.